The crazy COVID spending costs that haunt us still. Hi, I'm Brian Lilley, political columnist with the Toronto Sun. You may have heard by now stories of a single hotel in Calgary, being paid $452,000 per guest that stayed there while they were a quarantine facility for the government of Canada. That's right. Westin Hotel out at the Calgary airport was paid $6.8 million in fiscal year 2022-2023, which really means between the end of or the beginning of April 2022 and when the contract was canceled, October 30th, 2022. But they only had 15 people stay there. We don't know for how many nights. We just know that 15 people stayed there for, depending on the outcome, 2 to 10 days. And yet it cost us $6.8 million. But wait, there's more. All of this comes to us through Conservative MP Michelle Rempel-Garner. She released what's called a written question, the answer to a written question. It's an order paper question. And as I'm sitting here going through this response from the government, it becomes more shocking. This hotel, the Westin Calgary Airport, no offense to them, this is not their problem, but they were paid $26.8 million over the first 3 years, $8.9 million in fiscal year 2020, 2021, $11.1 million in fiscal year 21, 22, and $6.8 million in the last year of this program to be a designated quarantine facility. Now, a lot of people might be thinking, these are the quarantine hotels that people had to go and put their money in. Why did it cost so much when you were coming into the country and you had to wait for your 2 and 3 day test? No, if people stayed in that for those reasons, then they stayed in the hotel and they paid for the accommodation. This is the designated quarantine facility that the federal government used, and they block booked this hotel and just paid them to be there for a quarantine facility. I get that we need it, but is this value for money? Consider $452,000 per person per 15 people from the beginning of April to the end of October last year when the contract was canceled. All right. The previous year, when they were paid $11.1 million, it was 1,356 people who stayed there. That works out to about $8,100 per person. And the year before, there were 119 people who stayed there. That works out to about $69,000 per person. These are ludicrous costs, but it's the government, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's your money. It's not theirs. It can go out the door. I understand early in the pandemic, we didn't know a lot of things. We scrambled. We spent money we didn't have to. More of these stories are going to come out. But continuing to require these facilities to exist, continuing to pay for them in such large numbers with such large amount of tax dollars when people were not using them is absolutely mind-boggling. It's sickening. And it just goes to show that when it comes to looking after your money, the Trudeau Liberals aren't really doing it at all. I mean, they're not there to look after your money. They're looking after spending your money. That's it. $26.8 million just in fees for that. That doesn't count the many other fees that are found in this, from the remediation payments, the repairs that had to be done, the security guards, food costs. All of this just adds up. It's an astonishing waste of taxpayer money and time when you consider how very few people, not just the 15 in the last few months, but how very few people use this over the time that the government was paying for it. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Share this and my column on the issue on social media. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.